commemorating the resurrection of Jesus Christ and making this year Easter celebration a memorable one for us.
It's a place very close to you, a place easily accessible in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotel is located at Elisha Road, PO Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803-440-4358, 034-206-855. Email adesuperhotels@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
Nta Akure ti lọ àmẹ́rí Afọlábí ọmọ Fáyẹ̀hùn ti lọ. Èmi bójú ẹ̀yìn kí ló ti ọmọ rẹ̀ o. Nta Akure ti lọ. Àìsí Fọlábí Fáyẹ̀hùn wàá gbé mi gùn. Nta Akure tulẹ̀ tó kó. Ó ṣe orí ti gòkè àlọ́. Yẹ́sìmí Nta Akure lọ. Ojú dápò. Afọlábí ọmọ Fáyẹ̀hùn lọ lùlù Àkúrẹ́. Kètèkètè ìlú Àkúrẹ́ mi tìtì. Ukú ìwò ṣídà. Ètò ìsìnkú rẹ̀. Káàtì àṣẹ ń lè yí. Ìjọ Jímọ̀. Lọ́níjọ́ kejìdínlógún. Oṣù kẹrin. Ọdún yìí. Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ orin alẹ́. Ọ̀nà ìgbàgbọ́. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago mẹ́rin. Ìrọ̀lẹ́. Lójúlé kéne. Ọ̀gbọ́n Fọlábí. Fáyẹ̀hùn close. Lọ́dúnwátúyì quarters l'Àkúrẹ́. Sátidé. Níjọ́ kọkàndínlógún. Láago mẹ́wàá òwúrọ̀. Kùsì abẹ́lé. Kà ń ṣàdúrà. Sára àbádẹ́mọ. Lúdẹ̀rẹ̀. Lójúlé kan. Lọ́dúnwátúyì. Káti ìgbàbọ̀ lọ́mọ gẹ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ lọ sétí ubojì. Kárìyàn sinmi ayérayé. Ebi ọ̀tún. Ebi òsì. Kété olóyè Àkúrẹ́. Pátákó Gídírò. Kété ni ó ṣe léde lẹ́yìn rẹ̀. Ẹ̀ ọmọ lápapọ̀. Ẹ̀ ọmọbọ. Ikú rẹ̀ á tètè yá. Ẹ̀ àbákọ́ fẹ́ràn ọmọ. Òmòsùnlé. Ẹ dẹmọ. Bí ọba bòmírìn. Èjì ẹgbẹ́ rẹ̀. Káàrẹ̀ wà bá dẹmọ. Ọmọ oníkì sọ ọgbà òjọmọ ọba. Ọmọ oníkì sọ àbúpàrà òdì rẹ̀. Ọmọ oníkì kọ̀kọ́ bùlàbùlà kókóró dèdè. Kóṣọ́ kókóró dèdè. Eru làwọn. Ẹ̀gbọ̀fà làwọn. Ẹ̀kọ́ wẹ̀nìwẹ̀nìkè lulẹ̀ làwọn sẹ́mi ọmọ. Ọmọ nípẹ̀rẹ̀ bùtù kó so bí okó kò ṣìyẹ yẹ ọmọ. Nípẹ̀rẹ̀ bùtù bá ti so láàrẹ̀ méjì. Ọ̀rọ̀ máa yẹ́rà òjọmọ ọba. Olùsègùn sí mògùn bí adó. Mẹ́rà rẹ̀ dàbọ̀. Àrígbẹ́jẹ lulẹ̀ rẹ̀. Eré wọn ọ̀yẹ̀. Òun àrígbẹ́jẹ lulẹ̀ rẹ̀. Ọmọ alẹ́pàdé rẹ̀ òkèdà. Ẹ̀ṣá ká fìyó. Fìyó. Ọmọ bẹ̀rí ọdún sádọ̀ ọ̀gọ́tò kẹdà rodò. Ẹ̀dà ọ̀hún. Àfin ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ ní gbé. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kètèkété ọmọ. Ní kéde fọ. Àbá ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ. Nílẹ̀ Àkúrẹ́ ilé tó kó. Ọmọ tẹ lọ lùlù Àkúrẹ́ o.
Good evening, and you're welcome to another edition of News Diary. News Diary is the compilation of fresh reports and some of the ones that made headlines in the course of the week. We'll go on a short break. News Diary returns with the news of the day. Welcome back. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has destroyed heaps of illicit drugs weighing about 1.6 million kilograms of assorted illicit substances seized across Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo states. In what is till date the largest volume of seizures to be set ablaze at a time in the history of the agency. The public destruction of the illicit substances witnessed by representatives of government officials, traditional rulers, clergymen, and other security agencies, international partners, NGOs, and community leaders, among others, was conducted at an isolated location along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ogun State today. Some of the illicit drugs destroyed include 123 kilograms of cocaine, 46.8 kilograms of heroin, 1.4 million kilograms of cannabis, 148,000 kilograms of codeine syrup, over 3,000 kilograms of tramadol and squishies, and 111 kilograms of methamphetamine, among others. Moving on, up next is Sports Update.
Defending champions Zamalek of Egypt have qualified for the finals at the ongoing 2025 African Women's Volleyball Club Championship in Abuja after a hard-fought 3-2 victory over Kenya Pipeline Company Volleyball Club during the semi-finals. While Al Ahly Sporting Club of Egypt are also through to the finals after defeating CFC Volleyball Club of Tunisia in 3 straight sets, 25-15, 25-23 and 25-21. Record holders Al Ahly will meet Zamalek in an all-Egyptian final on Sunday. The top 2 North African clubs have automatically secured qualifications to represent the continent at the World Championship. Meanwhile, as preparations gear up ahead of the National Sport Festival in Ogun State, the state government says all facilities to be used for the National Sport Festival scheduled for next month will be ready. The Ogun State Governor, Dakpo Abiodun, gave this assurance in Abeokuta during inspection of facilities.
The track that's already in place, the field that's probably at about 80% completion, the warm-up pool, the main pool, the handball courts, the tennis courts. I would say that this facility is probably at about maybe 95% completion.
Away from that, handball players from the 6th geopolitical zone of Nigeria are gearing up for the 4x4 handball national competition in Nigeria, as coaches and referees from the South-South zone are updating themselves in Benin City, the Edo State capital, on the latest rules and regulations of the sport.
Passion. Your major objective is to popularize it, because if you look at conventional handball, you need a wider court, 40 by 20, but with this 4x4, the space requirement is reduced.
Finally, in today's English Premier League matches, Manchester City will be seeking to climb back into the top 5 as they host Crystal Palace at the Etihad Stadium, while Aston Villa travel to meet Southampton, who are looking to avoid losing 5 games in a row for the first time in their history. While Champions League hopeful Nottingham Forest will welcome Everton to City Ground as European chasing Brighton hosts Leicester City, while Brentford visits second-place table topper Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. With Sport Update, Peter Oibo, NTA News.
Still in the world of sport, let's tell you that sadly, Christian Chukwu, the former Super Eagles captain and national team coach, has passed away at 74. He died today, according to his former teammate and close friend Dr. Olusegun Odegbami. Chukwu's legacy in Nigerian football is immense, captaining the Green Eagles to their first ever Africa Cup of Nations title in 1980, defeating Algeria 3-0 in the final. As a coach, he led the Super Eagles to a third-place finish at the 2004 Africa Cup of Nations in Tunisia. Chukwu's passing marks the end of an era in Nigerian football, with tributes pouring in from former teammates, players he mentored, and the nation. You're still watching News Diary. We shall go on another break. News Diary returns shortly. Do stay with us.
Sometimes great things are worth waiting for, and for those who crave and wait, the experience is truly memorable. Introducing the new Dano evaporated milk, a creamy, tasty, nourishing way to start your day.
Very creamy and delicious. Now that's worth the wait.
Try Dano Full Cream and Dano Cool Cow evaporated milk and taste the Dano difference. Sometimes great things are worth waiting for, and for those who crave and wait, the experience is truly memorable. Introducing the new Dano evaporated milk, a creamy, tasty, nourishing way to start your day.
Very creamy and delicious. Now that's worth the wait.
Try Dano Full Cream and Dano Cool Cow evaporated milk and taste the Dano difference.
Welcome back. You can also watch us on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. Now to some reports that made headlines in the course of the week. The Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ Ondo State Council during the week inaugurated a new executive council under the leadership of Nta Akure to steer the affairs of the union for the next 3 years. Helen in the VC has details.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Nigeria Union of Journalists. To the Nigeria Union of Journalists. My duty to the best of my ability.
That was the formal inauguration of the new Executive Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists under the able leadership of Comrade Nta Akure. The re-elected chairman in his acceptance speech promised to perform in his full capacity with other elected officials to ensure the union prospers in the next 3 years.
In the last 3 years, we have done certain things that endear us to our members, like issue of capacity building. We improve on it, improving facility at the press center. But the major thing that we are going to do is to expand the press center, to upgrade the status of a press center.
While wishing them a very peaceful tenure, the NUJ National Vice President, Comrade Ronke Samo, and other relevant stakeholders advised them to work harder so as to not let their members down.
The NUJ chairman will always working on issues, and we always discuss to find ways of resolving any areas between the government and the media. And I want to promise you that the government will continue to improve on its relationship with members of the pen profession.
Anytime you are elected to a position, look at where you are coming from. Very, very important. And how many lives have you impacted as a leader? Then think of the legacy you are going to leave behind.
With the trust placed on the newly elected executives, Nigeria Union of Journalists National are hopeful that they will move NUJ Ondo State Council to a greater height. Major highlights of the event were the dissolution of the former EXCO and presentation of certificate of return to the newly inaugurated Executive Council members. In Akure, Helen Ndubisi, NTA News.
The call for women to unite and actively support one another in achieving giant strides in politics was once again emphasized during a one-day interactive session with female stakeholders in Ondo State. The event, organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs during the week, brought together women from various sectors to deliberate on ways to enhance female participation in politics and leadership. Oluwakemi Ademola reports.
Gathering of female political office holders and representatives of women's groups in Ondo State to brainstorm on strategies for advancing women's emancipation and political participation. Speakers at the interactive session emphasized the need for women in Ondo State to engage more constructively and deliberately in political space.
Gone are those eras of having to say women supporting women is a friction. It's no longer a friction. It is reality. And we have to do those things.
Some participants applauded the current administration for providing women with the needed platform to strive and contribute meaningfully to nation building.
Let us all our women to be conscious of themselves, that they should believe in themselves, they should bring themselves together as one. They should not allow any division to disorganize them.
The Special Advisor to the Governor of Women Affairs, Dr. Shion Osamayi, commended women in the state for their continued support, particularly during the celebration of International Women's Day. She described women as unique beings, divinely designed to play vital roles in leadership and governance, and encouraged them to remain positive and proactive in their political career.
When you get what you deserve without lobbying, it's a great blessing. And that's why we thank him that anything women, like yesterday that we made approvals for some programs that we need to plan immediately. And it's because he realizes that women need to be taken care of in this government. Their welfare needs to be prioritized without begging, without lobbying. So we thank you for that, and I want to approach us. Let's continue to say our words of prayer when we wake up in the morning from the government, so that this administration will continue to be peaceful.
Meanwhile, preparations are in top gear for the upcoming exhibition program to be organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs. In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
The Ondo State government has expressed strong disapproval over the lodging of underage girls in hotels across the state. This concern was raised in the course of the week by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Women Affairs, Dr. Nta Akure, during a courtesy visit by the Comptroller of the Nigeria Immigration Service (NIS) Ondo State Command to our office in Akure. Oluwakemi Ademola reports.
During the visit, the Nigeria Immigration Service and the Ondo State Ministry of Women Affairs strategized on ways to tackle child labor, human trafficking, and the issue of out-of-school children across the state. The Nigeria Immigration Service commended the Ondo State government for prioritizing women's welfare through various impactful programs initiated by the Ministry of Women Affairs. The agency also sought the ministry's support in addressing broader humanitarian challenges.
They will just adopt a child and go and do passport the normal way. It's not. We have a process for adopted children. Sometimes when they now have issue there and they send their passport for us to authenticate whether it's processed as adopted children, the answer will not be no.
Special Advisor to the Governor on Women Affairs, Dr. Osamaye, affirmed the ministry's readiness to collaborate with the Nigeria Immigration Service to ensure the successful implementation of its mandate.
We need to sensitize these hotel owners so that they can mandate it to their security officers that any underage girls, in fact some of them can even put a billboard. Sometimes they write no smoking is allowed. So they can also include no underage girl allowed.
Dr. Samaye added that the ease agenda of the current administration promotes inclusivity and support initiatives that protect and empower vulnerable groups. In Akure, Oluwakemi Ademola, NTA News.
Gender inequality remains one of the pressing issues confronting the society today, with far-reaching impacts, particularly on women. Despite ongoing advocacy for the 35% affirmative action policy, the struggle for gender equity goes beyond political representation. In this special report, Abiola Ario explored the persistent challenges of gender inequality, its effect, and the possible path toward achieving a more inclusive and equitable society.
Gender inequality refers to the unjust differences in how people are treated, the opportunities they have, and the outcomes they experience based on their gender. In Nigeria, research shows that there is a noticeable disparity between men and women in terms of political representation, education, and professional opportunities. This has resulted in women having little to no voice in cultural and religious matters, as well as other important societal areas where men hold the majority of power. Despite women making up nearly half of the country's population, efforts to bridge this gap are still ongoing due to certain unfavorable cultural practices.
Gender equality starts from our home, the way our parents treat our children. Our parents will be putting the boy child over and above the girl child, or asking the boy child to be playing ball while the girl child is mainly in the kitchen or sweeping. No, every house chores should be given to both children.
Equality is so entrenched in our culture because we are the traditional African society where we believe that girls don't talk, girls don't have an opinion, and this will take a lot of years for us to overcome these particular stereotypes.
Stakeholders, however, called for urgent action to review outdated laws that prevent women from full participation in societal positions, highlighting the prevalence of violence against women.
Government should put more budget into the education sector. Government should put more resources to the primary and secondary school and their tertiary institution, education to some level should be free, so that it will also be easy for those who are low-income earners, to those who are underprivileged and the underserved communities. When education is accessible, when it is free, people can be intentional about enrolling their children, their girl child or their boy child in school.
When we are basing on policy by the government, the policy should be gender-based, gender-friendly, that will allow everybody to have his or her rights and be able to take his or her rights from what is happening.
They stress the importance of promoting gender equality through education, awareness campaigns, legislation, economic empowerment, and representation at all levels, with support from men as well. In Akure, Abiola Rio, Nta News.
12,000 units of intrauterine contraceptive worth 12 million naira during the week was donated by Deep Kumar Tiagi Foundation, DKT International Nigeria, to Ondo State government. The donation is to support and foster family planning practice in the state. Ifeolu Amoshile reports that this is in addition to a 5-day training for nurses across 7 local government areas of the state.
Data from UNICEF estimates that Nigeria has a high maternal mortality rate of about 576 per 100,000 live births. To bridge this care gap, the Deep Kumar Tiagi Foundation, DKT Nigeria International, had a program for nurses selected across 40 healthcare facilities, conducted a practical and theoretical training on usage of various family planning methods, ranging from oral methods, injections, and intrauterine contraceptive devices, IUD, to further boost their capacity on how to administer family planning.
They introduced to us a make-will device. This device is to know the safety, how safe it is for a patient to take a device, whether it's the disease, the benefit outweighs the risk. Then we've learned more about counseling.
Program training really helped the state to increase our contraceptive prevalence rate, and it will also help the local governments, the communities, and it will also build the capacity of the health workers.
With a target to reach out to 1,000 women of reproductive age across Ondo State, DKT Nigeria International reiterated its commitment to follow up with the trained nurses to ensure proper administration of the contraceptive devices to women.
We have providers that can give family planning very well. The uptake will increase. People's awareness will increase, sensitization will increase.
To impose methods on the women is as a result of their informed decisions that they will accept the method.
What we're trying to do as healthcare workers is to try to prevent, unwanted pregnancy, number one, and also to prevent unsafe abortions among our young people and even among our, married women.
The Permanent Secretary on the State Primary Healthcare, Francis Akobiemu, while taking delivery of the contraceptives, applauded DKT Nigeria International and pledged that the medical deliverables will be administered free of charge in all primary healthcare centers in the state.
So Ondo State will be happy to give it to all our women who request such services in all our health facilities across the local government area.
DKT Nigeria is an innovative social marketing enterprise committed to promoting family planning, reproductive health services, and HIV/AIDS prevention in developing world. In Akure, Ifeolu Amoshile, Nta News.
Residents of Akure have been advised to conduct thorough research and understand the requirements of living in areas where solid minerals are being extracted. This message was emphasized during the sensitization program organized by the Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development in the course of the week for Shasha community in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. We apologize for that. Moving on, the Ondo State Youth in Politics has galvanized support for one of their leaders, Victor Olabinto, who is vying for the position of the state chairman of the All Progressives Congress. The youth organization stated this during a press conference during the week organized by the youth leaders in Akoko, held at Itioro in Akoko Southwest local government area of the state. Omakende Igbari was there and now reports.
The youths who believe that endorsing the candidacy of Honorable Adekoye Olabinton will strengthen the party's democracy noted that his vast experience in leadership positions will foster unity and progress in the All Progressives Congress Party in Ondo State, urged critical stakeholders to support the cause.
It's all about party hierarchy, and the number one person that being the leader of the party is Mr. Governor, followed by the party chairman. If all consultations are going, and I believe before the Congress, God will do a new thing, and I believe we'll be victorious.
In their separate words, they recognize the critical roles and some achievements that the man, Right Honorable Olabinton, has made.
We are encouraging the students, we are encouraging the youths to make sure that they come out and make sure that they support the right man for the job.
We are women in this senatorial district. We're ready to support our father Olabinton.
We can go extra mile to facilitate job for the youth.
He has been a wonderful person. He's an egalitarian and an exemplary leader.
Our man, Right Honorable Mr. Olabinton, if has been emerged as our chairman of Ondo State APC, then I believe it will give the youth of Ondo State more in his governance.
Acknowledging the key roles of some leaders and stakeholders of the party, the convener of the program, Honorable Barrister Ambassador Gbenga Olukayode, and all other youth leaders of the All Progressives Congress APC across Akoko said they remain resolute to rally round the incoming chairman when elected as the APC state chairman come August this year. The youths who are optimistic about this victory said there is no doubt that their person, Right Honorable Adekoye Olabinton, is their man, and he will make Ondo State a greater one and a better place with the governor of the state. From Ikare Akoko, Omokendi.
Residents of Akure have been advised to conduct thorough research and understand the requirements of living in areas where solid minerals are being extracted. This message was emphasized during the sensitization program organized by the Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development in the course of the week for Shasha community in Akure North local government area of Ondo State. The report. Ondo State is blessed with numerous solid mineral resources, including bitumen, limestone, kaolin, silica sand, granite, and many other resources. The state is boasting of having the largest bitumen deposits in Africa and the second largest in the world. The Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development in recent times observed the springing up of residential structures around quarry sites, which prompted the Federal Mines Officer in Ondo State, Engineer Maiwa Omoshebi, to hold an enlightenment session with landlords and residents of Shasha community to educate them on the risks and effects of building in quarry areas, on their buildings, and by extension their lives.
I had to organize this enlightenment program for the landowners and the occupiers, within the quarry area to know that it is not actually safe to build around this area. So let them know the effects of blasting operations and fly rocks on their properties and even life as a whole.
Residents of Shasha community expressed gratitude for the opportunity as they reflect on the importance of the enlightenment program.
It's a very good one, and I appreciate the Ministry of Environment and Solid Minerals because they've enlightened everybody. Like he said, information is key, and also ignorance is not an excuse. So with this meeting today now, I believe it's going to give birth to a positive and a robust outcome at the end of this program.
We have learned a lot, that there is need for us to live together, and there is need for us to be informed about certain laws that guides
people living within an environment like this, and what is equally expected of the companies to do as CDA for the community. So I think this is a right step in the right direction.
The state government says the effort is to ensure that miners operate responsibly and live in peaceful coexistence with their host communities. And that's the size of our package for this week's edition of News Diary. Join us again next week Saturday for another exciting edition. And have a good evening.
Hotels abound everywhere, but when you're looking for a cozy, comfortable, luxury, and environment that will take you to the zenith of your expectations, A&T Residential Hotels is the place. The rooms are